There we go. How's it going, everyone? Jay, thank you for the casual membership. Lem, John, Sora, Pretora, Warpcore, how's it going? Killer, how's it going? We've got a few things to get done today, just playing around with the Cavort. I wanted to do a little bit more with the Gorn bundle, but I don't know if I caught something or what, but I don't know, just like halfway through the stream last night, all of a sudden I just started to feel like crap, and that still continued a little bit. So gonna keep it a bit casual today. I'm all gorned out. Damn it. uh, yeah, I don't know what it is, but just something. I need the microphone arm to stay where I put it. There we go. Yeah, I saw your DM, Sora. You're terrible, Pretor. Toxin, Trouble, Rams, how's it going? Yeah, so got the Cavort out. We'll be flying that a casual SAB stream. I know, but we're back on the main channel. Yeah, I'm not done with stuff for that secondary channel, but you know that's not meant to be like a stream only channel. That was just, you know, to help get the channel off the ground. And the streams over there, like half the watch time is basically taken care of. So I'll get some videos out. I still want to get like at least the introductory video out today, so I'll try to get that recorded after this stream. Okay, I see my mail is flashing. Yeah, I did see this on the subreddit. They finally fixed that issue with the DOF event and Romulans, where it was busted for ages. They finally fixed it with the update, so that was good to see. Trouble, thank you for the 2. Much appreciated. Rob, yep, we're gonna go to the Cavort. Let me get the lock boxes opened here, courtesy of Sora. Space straight. New Arc Launcher today. I don't even have the Arc Launcher installed, so I don't know what it looks like, to be honest. It's the last time I used the Arc Launcher was, I want to say, close to a decade ago. Do I have any tips on how to be beautiful? Oh no. Chiaps. So, those of you that have seen the streams I've done throughout the week here on the like the builds channel, the Cavort is a very capable ship. For the accessories on it, the experimental weapon is not a Hexa replacement. It's still really good, but it is behind the Hexas, following the fix to the firing cycle haste. Yeah, we'll go down to the shipyard here. For those of you that didn't see when I was showing this off the other day. But yeah, the ship itself is good, the console's good, the trait is situational, but could be good in the right situation. Yeah, I mean, it's all around, like, it's a really good platform. Well, this should, when you look at the experimental off of this ship, the rapid fire disruptor heavy emitters, these have a wider targeting arc than the Hexas, so when you factor that in, the Hexas should still be better if you're able to maintain your positioning against your target. So, you know, it's the standard thing with like a cannon play of the better you are at keeping the nose of your ship pointed towards the target, the better results you're going to see. That's, you know, and with the experimental weapons here, that's why Hexas are and should be the best. The things that are the hardest to pilot should be the most rewarding, you know? Okay. Let's go down to the shipyard now. So I've been flying this thing wings up throughout the week, but might be a little bit different. So this has options for wings up or wings down. And also with the pylons here for the wings up, you do have options to have double layer for the wings there. Skylar, Axel is gone. You prefer up? What's on the back weapons? I was just running a spiral wave turret and then the Pavan Omni. You just bought out the Cavort, nice. Yeah, so there's options here to have the multi-layered wings up or the single layered. The single layered is going to be closer to the design of the classical bird of prey. And then there's also the wings down, and for that the only option is the dual layer. Wings down template with the Vo Dwell material. Yeah, that. Is that the right one? Yeah. Is this available on PS4? In about a month, Jason. Well, about 2 to 3 weeks, I think. Is the stream stuttering for anybody else? I don't have any notifications on my end of issues. Stream health is showing fine for me on YouTube. Okay. Yeah, so you've got a lot of different options here. I really do like the Type 4 in some ways, but in other ways I'm not a fan of like this red right here annoys me with the Type 4. But I think the Type 4's got a vibe to it, I will say. Some of the other types here are a bit older. Veteran on this, wow, the KDF veteran material probably needs a bit of a passover. Like that probably could use with a bit of modernization. Oof, scuba. Yeah, that's annoying. Yeah, you've got a few options. I've been running this with the Brielle bird of prey, material on it, and it's been looking good. Lots of the Klingon materials look pretty dated, yeah. But I do like the ship. I've been doing it wings up, just the single layer throughout the past couple days, and I like it like that. But I know some will prefer some of the other formats. So today I think I've already done multiple streams with this wings up. We'll do today wings down. Bet bottle would look good on it. Let's go up. I've got a couple of vanity shields on this character. Run the Chiaps material. You know what? We're gonna go. I'm gonna go over to the Dyson Sphere because the lighting's a little bit better in there also. Okay. Let's go to the Delta. We'll go to the Delta side. Dumb that they named it a flight deck raptor. I mean, that's a class that's been in the game for a long time. It's just the Delkina. I'd say the Delkina still has more performance potential, but I mean, this is still like a really good platform. Okay, so let's take a look at some vanity shields, and while we're in here, I just need to fill a project quick because my combat performance buff just ran out on my fleet, so get that filled before we do some TFOs here in a few minutes. Have that ready to go. There we go. Okay. So first up, let's do Baul popped up, so let's give that a go. Yes, this is the Baul vanity on it. Still disappointed, no battle cloak. Yeah. It feels wrong to me that the top torpedo platform is a Fed ship. You know, with regards to like the cloaking playstyle. It doesn't need one to be good, but it does limit, you know, playstyle choices. Okay, so that was Baul. Let's do... I haven't done Platinum on this yet. Shiny. Yes, this is the Platinum Vanity. Depending on your timeline, all ships are Federation. Terrible. Technically, it's a Terran ship. Oof. Yeah, I got it. Okay, let's do Section 31. Do I play the Jemadar story arc? I mean, I have at points in the past, not recently, but I mean, I've played most of the story stuff in the game at some point. It's just not my main priority. Yeah, so this is Section 31 on the ship, so in combat this is, you know, what you'd be seeing most of the time. Okay, what do you guys want to see next here? I don't have everything. Ethereum, a bunch of us have. Certainly an interesting look there. I don't have that on this character. I do have the Bozeman Titans. We are going to mute that. That was random sound. How about the Gamma? The niece is playing Minecraft and she wanted to play on a world that I'd set up, so I just got it hosted locally on this computer. Yeah, you're very confused for a moment. Yeah. Okay, what was the medical? Yeah, I got that right here. I can also... There we go. Do you mean Jemadars? Yeah, I've got Jemadar characters. I was on one briefly at the start of the stream here. Mind Trek Online, terrible. Yeah, Dark Eddy, it's something I'm thinking about. Just don't start hosting your own Minecraft server. That's piracy. Dude, the corporations, it just feels like right now we're in a phase of so many of these companies just knowing that right now is the time to make unethical plays to just try and get what they can before crackdowns happen, in the like the next decade, before there's some more protections put in place. It just feels like they're trying to get ahead of that and just raise the bar as to what they can get away with. What energy type weapons did I put on? I've got disruptors on. I've got spiral waves on right now. But I mean, do I have some normal disruptors? I don't on this character. Not for DCs or dual heavies, unfortunately. Okay, what other vanity do you guys want to see? So I've done Bowls, Section 31, Platinum. Um, was there one that I missed? Did I see Gamma before? I don't know if I have Gamma. I could show the pink. You want a pink bird of prey? Do I have Gamma? No. Which Gamma rep one are you talking about? Because some of these have multiple options. Are you talking about the actual shield or the vanity option? Because I've got enough materials I can get the vanity one. Yeah, okay. Your lucky day. I had it right there. Your main tune is into pink. Beautiful. Okay. Any other vanities you guys want to see that I have? Um, yeah. Oh, Lucari. Can't believe I forgot about Lucari. Where is that? Oh, it's got to be on a different ship, which I can't get to right now. Oh no, there it is, right in front of me. Uh, honestly, the Lucari isn't doing too much for me on this one. It doesn't get enough lines, like enough of the lines lit up there. Alliance. Do I have that here? Yep. I don't want to dive too much into the piracy conversation, but like with all the AI crap going on right now, um, like all of these big companies are committing, theft at scales that haven't been seen before. Um, but if it's done against them, they will complain, while at the same time they are going out and scraping everything off the internet. Very hypocritical. ROM rep, do I have that? I did see Riemann, so let's get the Riemann on here. Inventory full. Oh no. Um, Yeah, okay, here's the Riemann quick. That actually, it's not entirely my thing. I do like the chrome aspect of it. The blue lines and some of that texture I'm not super big into, but this is certainly, I would say this is certainly a vibe. Honestly, this is probably one of the better appearances of the Riemann shield that I've seen. Like that this actually like this is a vibe and one that I could totally see myself flying at points. But that looks cool. I would say, yeah, the Riemann vanity on this one is, aside from this portion here, like the blue teal hexagons there, that I'm not really big about, or what that's done around the torque pods in there, but like the chrome aspect of it, I really like that. Can I zoom in on the torque pods? Yes. Set region FOV space 15. Isn't the cryptic shield also chrome? It's not quite as chromy as this. Let me put that on. So that was platinum. Yeah, this is the 10th anniversary shield, the platinum. It's like chrome plating, but not the same as the Riemann one. The Riemann one, if I put that back on, that's a shiny. Nice and shiny. Let's see here. Gamma. There's that pink y'all were liking. I mean, I've got a few here I can go through. So this is Safe Galaxy. Ethereum again, looking at the torque pods up front. Um, Alliance. I just want to see what's going on with the torque pods, or the torp launcher with this. That's why we're zoomed in here. Bozeman. Oof. I don't like the lines on the Bozeman Titans, especially what it's doing right there. Baul. Next up is Delta Alliance. Not really my that ain't really my thing right there. Okay, next is, I already did Gamma. Medical again. Yeah, nah. Medical's never really been one of my favorites. Pink. Platinum again. Section 31. It's sort of cool. You can see like some rifle barreling almost in there, but I do not like the lines that we're seeing here with the Section 31. That just doesn't. When you get close, those lines just don't really do much for me. Orphe, how's it going? Captain Rams, I have seen a lot of comments indicating that after like a decade that has finally been fixed. Here's the Shrike vanity on this. Okay. Um, Lucari. Riemann again. I don't like everything that the Riemann does, but I think out of all these Vandy Shields, it's probably my favorite thus far. I have a couple other Vandys, but I don't really have room in my inventory for them right this moment. Do I have competitive? No. Don't believe so. Or no, I do. Okay, we need to take a detour down to ground. I am out of an inventory space, so I need to just go put things on other ships, clear out inventory space, because that is, where's the ship guy in here? It's been so long. Um, Right into the left, okay. What do we got here? Okay, let's just get some random gear. For those of you ever curious why like a bunch of veteran players will just have a bunch of ships on their roster, something that we very commonly will do is like use our older ships for storage. So if you've probably seen before where I'll go through and I'll be looking at a ship and you'll just see random consoles tossed on it, and the entire idea is we're just using it as storage. Like that's all we're doing. Like it's just we're using the ships for storage for various gear. That's why they also just have a bunch of random crap tossed on them. So that is exactly what you're seeing here from me right now, because I am trying to clear up some inventory space. Okay. Orion Interceptor. Orchio. How much space did I just clear up? That's enough to play with for right now. Okay, let's get back up to space. Random trash storage build video when? Oh no. Mule ships. Every non-Rama character of mine lives here, and now here you are. Yeah, I'm here just to mess with you, chaps. You didn't know that, man? Okay. So let's do a Borgified ship here. So I've got the Borg assimilated shields. Now I'm going to do the engines and also the deflector. And of course, I did not forget the assimilated module, which also adds some more. So if you were wondering what a Borgified version of this ship looks like, there you go. Doesn't look, I mean, aside from the engine, it isn't too large. Honestly, the deflector aspect of this seems a little bit small. Not that impressive. Yeah, this is definitely one of the weaker showcases for the Borg stuff. Not too impressed right there. Yeah, that was a little bit disappointing, I won't lie. Disruptor, okay. Now let's get the next vanity on and see what it does to the front of the ship here again. So next up is the Nevian Slime Devils. Trizander's favorite. Any idea why not deal buyout? I asked that in the interview I did yesterday, Capro. The answer is that the buyout, they never intended for that to be for everything. That was basically to replace the Lobby buyouts for summer and winter. Captain Wallace, yeah, it's been a while. Glad to see you around still, and yeah, thank you. I'm happy with the interview. I've seen some of the comments on Reddit. Some people are never going to be happy. The video itself, it is underperforming a little bit on the views. Maybe I need to change the thumbnail a little bit. It's got a lot of watch time, and that's also because it's an hour and a half long. But views wise, it is like if I go dashboard here, I think that is 10 of 10. So it's underperforming a little bit compared to most normal videos, but I mean that sort of is just how those sort of things go. And what is winning? Is the clickbait title winning? It is slightly. Yeah, so the confronting Bordicus, Mayo, and Miko on Omni-Beam restrictions is slightly winning right now. It was a great interview, by the way. Thank you. Okay, let's get that back up there. Yeah, it was a fun conversation. I wasn't sure how some people would feel about some of the comments, like the Omni stuff, but also, did any of you catch the bloopers at the end? Did any of you catch that? There was some bloopers right at the end. I'll hold on. I gotta turn that on so you guys can hear my Firefox. But yeah, there's bloopers right at the end here. And that is it for the interview. So again, thank you to Jeremy, Mayo, and Miku for sitting.
I won't believe what Jeremy did this time.
And it's personally his fault.
See you all around.
You won't believe what Jeremy did this time.
And it's personally his fault.
Yeah, there's some bloopers right there. I thought those were some nice little clippable moments. I thought people would enjoy that. That stuck around to that point and saw that those were there. It's all Jeremy's fault, yeah. Yeah, I actually forgot to ask that in the initial conversation, but we were chatting for a couple minutes afterwards. We chatted a little bit about console. And then I was like, oh, I forgot to ask this, and I was like, I'm gonna just turn the recording back on quick. And I brought up the console activation, so that's why the audio might seem a little bit different, because it was a couple minutes after we'd finished the rest of it. We chatted about console stuff. They know that there's a lot of people over on console, and that they want to make sure you guys know that you're not forgotten. Basically, was the summary basically of what was said. And I brought up some of the other stuff that some of you have mentioned, like the desire to move between platforms. No answer on that, but the main point was that they do have people on the team that are playing the game on console, and that they're a bit more aware of some of the pains over there. Yeah, there was no answer on like account migration. I think that was more of just a point that I brought up, and is I think just recognition that that's something that they've heard, but it's there's no plans for that as far as I'm aware. Yeah, we had a short conversation about the Omnis. It's not an answer that most people like, but the Breen Vandy on this doesn't do much for me. I mean, it's basically like the default is what it sort of looks like. Account migrations are not to be considered lightly, yeah. Okay, there's the competitive. Now that I've ruined my inventory. Okay. I dislike that stuff right there. Looks a little bit scuffed. Okay. Next is Dyson joint. This looks a little bit dated, but it's not the worst I've seen. Next up, I've already looked at Strike. I apparently have two of them on me. Emerald Chain. Ugh. I don't really need to look at that one much to see that's not really something that looks that good to me. Terran Task Force. How's it going? Yeah, right now we're just looking at vanities on the ship here. Two more that I've got: Delta Alliance, Shoot a Matrix. I like what that does to the tort pods there. Actually changes them to green. And last one I have here is the Terran Task Force covariant. That's all of them I have on this this account, or this character right now. So I honestly, the Riemann one, I really do think was one of the stronger ones on this ship. with the reflections like that. Let's go set region space back to default. Like the chrome bird of prey looks nice. Am I wrong? How many of you like the chrome bird of prey? Yeah. Yeah, I think the only if the wings were up. Okay, we'll put the see what it looks like with the wings up. Okay, let me go back down to the tailor. Yeah, I think the micro missile is actually like really good. I'm very happy we have that in the game. You know that it'll be even better if they can get the stuff sorted out with um with what am I trying to say? With its the torp shared cooldowns, if they can get that portion of it resolved, that'll be better. Okay. Ooh, does that not look as good with the wings up? Oh, that's just how it looks on ground here. Okay. Wings up. You're not a big fan? Yeah, I don't like the double wings up. I mean, I think it still looks cool. You know, the reflections there. It's a good looking ship. Chrome bird of prey, pimp my cavort. That's true, nuclear triad. I can go to different maps. I was just trying to go somewhere um with better lighting. Yeah, so if it doesn't look good elsewhere. Oh boy. We having some network issues today? Yeah, the server performance improvements that they had pushed over to Tribble, they did not push over to live. Not yet, at least, because there was some issues with them. Okay, I'm about to be disappointed, aren't I? The Reman's not going to look as good in this map, is it? It still looks cool, but yeah, I get it. I watched an old Spencer video about temporal recruit and realized I never finished mine. Oof. Yeah, it's definitely one of the things you should prioritize. I'm gonna rock this with no vanity today. You know, just for the purpose of showing the ship off, but I am going to I don't have the winter stuff. I don't have that on me, Geist. I will put the wings down, though, like I said earlier. Wings down. And also, I'm going to leave this as the Cavort beta for the other portions of this, because I prefer to not have the spine sticking out, and I like the triple torp pods we see at the start there. That was funny. I will say that was a funny part of the conversation. Okay, I gotta put some stuff back on. Actually, I've got some gear here that I can just discard. I don't need some of this event reclaim stuff in my window here. I also need to open up the Gorn Bridge officers. I do want to get some stuff done with those bridge officers, but right this moment, I probably just going to keep things a bit more casual. You hit warp 398.6 today? Nice. Is hybrid ISO-mag on con? Yes. Yeah, it's... The ISO-con approach is getting you... It's basically using the... You're still doing on con, you're still doing, you know, the console spam stuff, but you're focusing on consoles that don't have as much of a skill requirement. That's basically it. You're using the consoles that are much more passive with their clickies. Yeah, I think the DSCs are a great addition to the game, and in fact, we're going to do a couple of those because it is time for me to do my next daily here. So I'm going to pick up the mission. I'm on a KDF captain, so it's up near the top. Doing 3 of these will net me, you know, a nice chunk of Endeavor XP. I also am going to re-roll one of my Endeavors here because I do not want to do the Gonkra battle zone. I hate that. That battle zone's never been one that I've been very fond of. Okay, I'm going to hop out and look for some DSEs. You know what I mean, though, Chiaps. You know exactly what I'm trying to get across. I'm not trying to insult you. Dark, how's it going? Mark, I agree, that'd be nice. The thing is, with this change, with the DSCs, you can earn an Endeavor perk point a day, though. I don't foresee... Oh, damn it. The DSCs changed just as I was going over to do that one. Okay. On to the next. I don't foresee people doing 30 of these a day, in most cases, to get the max reward. But for those that are looking to progress through the system a little bit faster, like you're able to play the game a bit more and earn, you know, a point a day. Pontiff, not recently, no. I had a Deep Space K7 and I just shipped it out the other day. Are the 30 per day per account? Yeah, it's per across your entire account, but if you're looking to maximize it, you'd want to have like 10 or 11 characters that you're doing this stuff on, because the mission, the daily mission where you're doing 3 of them, gets you another 2,500 XP a day. That can be done on each character.
This is Brigadier.
Also, right now it's not
This is
worth doing these
Antessa.
on a higher
An
difficulty
ambush
than
is
normal.
heading your way. Hostile forces
So like a
incoming.
fire at will setup is really ideal. If you're doing it on elite like I am doing right now, you're basically just making the fight longer for no benefit to yourself. I forgot to change my difficulty. Yeah, I've heard about people getting ads.
The Ambushers are closing in on your vessel. Stay alert.
Yeah, I'd seen some feedback about that, and that's something they probably won't be able to fix.
The area is clear. Proceed to the anomaly's location.
Well,
and
I mean,
scan
in
it.
theory, Mark the Chief, I could, if I wanted to, I could do 3 of these a day on all 60 characters on my account and get, get like 8 Endeavor
Scans
perk
are
points a day.
clear.
Like,
The
in theory,
system
you
has
could do
been
that.
secured.
Like, the key with this really is to have a bunch of characters and only do like three on each of them. So the amount that you get from the DSCs directly is 12.5k. That's before factoring in any bonuses you have from your Klingon recruit, your the Endeavor bonus, if that's running the Endeavor event, and if there's any bonus pools you have active, which it sounds like they are looking to introduce based on that conversation. So like any of those bonuses, those don't factor into the 12.5k. So 12.5k base plus your bonuses. And then because you've got the Rapper mission here, each character you do 3 of these on can earn 2,500 additional on top of that. And that's also 2,500 before bonuses. So in theory, you could go in and do this, do 3 DSCs each day on 60 characters, and you're getting a substantial amount. So 2,500 times 60, plus the 12.5k, like, and that's before factoring in your bonuses. And what is it from Klingon Recruit? Is it a 10% bonus from Klingon Recruit? But the point is basically you can 10%. So you could go in and get 8, almost 9 Endeavor perk points a day with this if you want. 9 if you're also including your normal Endeavors. So if you want to push the system that hard, you'll probably get a DM from Bort saying, "Are you okay?" But the only part diminishing returns is that after you've earned 12.5k from the DSCs, like, you're not earning any more from the DSCs directly. It's all coming from the Rapper missions on the other characters. So, like, this is a system that I need to validate this, dude. Most of my characters, like, for those of you that have never heard me talk about this before, the reason I have so many of these characters, like 60 here, is I don't play these. Like, I don't play the majority of characters on my account. If I hop on to a random one here, in most cases, let's go 29 here. Most cases, these characters are standing next to a security officer or an exchange console. Yeah, so like right here, it stands next to a security officer, and this character leveled up from level 12 up to level 65 via me doing contraband turn-ins. That's me going over to this character, putting a stack of contraband on it that I probably bought off the exchange, and then going in and doing the mission each day to turn that contraband into dilithium. Now, that is how I got my Zen for the majority of my time playing Stowe. Like, I started this game basically, free to play. It's only been the past couple of years where with the YouTube, I've been in a position to actually, go in and put a bit of money in. That's why you don't see me do this stuff as much nowadays, because instead of doing contraband turn-ins, I'm just working on a video or something. I realistically, I should still be doing this stuff, but the point is, like, you have the large quantity of characters on an account to increase the amount that you're able to grind, that you're able to earn overtime in the game. They are set. The wings are set where you put them at. Dan, thank you for the bits and the dono. Greatly appreciate it. It's all time versus money. Exactly. Exactly. What, Willow? Because I'm busy right now, okay? Willow wants to know why I'm not playing Minecraft with her. I have all the reputations up to 65. You see, most of these characters have never even looked at the rep system. Like, don't have bridge officers on them. I moved them over to a Ferengi Nandi, like after I got that from the summer event many years ago. But yeah, I mean, these characters, they've never really seen combat outside of the very first story mission I did while leveling them up during a double XP event many years ago. Like, legitimately, this character and most of the others on my account leveled up just over time doing contraband turn-ins, and it's because they were never meant to be played. They were meant to be just for resource acquisition and storage. They each have 2 billion EC. I don't think I even have 2 billion EC across my account right now, to be honest. I've got loads of assets, of course, but right now I don't have much on me. They're going to another wave patrol. So if you're looking to get these done fastest, the wave DSCs are also the quickest to do. Yeah, I'm not like that. I think over time I've probably played, like actually spent time working on builds, maybe on 10 characters on this account. But truthfully, the majority of these characters are doing nothing. Other than, storing stuff and getting me dilithium.
Our outpost has identified weapon systems powering up near your location.
Romulans?
It's an
Oh,
ambush. Ready your vessel. Hostile units are approaching your position. Threats in the system have been neutralized. Proceed
Yeah, I mean,
with
look at how
ship
that
repairs.
was, on normal.
Scans are clear. The system...
Hold on, I'm gonna swap characters here quick. I don't want to get the daily dilithium on casual, because casual's already got boatloads of dill, so I'd rather get the dilithium from the daily on a different character. Yeah. Yeah, logical. That's a nice benefit to only caring about one character, is you don't... Your incentive to go for certain bundles or things that they offer is lessened if you only care about the one character. I'm going to pick up the mission here as well quick. So, Deep Space Daily Routine Operation. Again, you can do this on every character on your account. I'm going to find the nearest patrol. There's 2 wave-based ones right next to each other over here. I'm going to get over to those really quick, set difficulty to normal. I can knock those 2 out very quickly. Take a look at S36 ISA and Oscar. I'm scared. I don't want to right now. That sounds scary, Chiops. Yeah, I saw a video suggestion. I'll see how I can incorporate that into stuff, but I feel like that might just tie into some other things. ISA. Yeah, being on a ship that can get through sector space faster is also really good for this. Season 36, Infected Advanced.
This is Rear
I'm going to
Admiral
focus on
Felicia
getting this done
Harrington of
first, so I can
Starfleet's
try to
Deep
get both
Space
these done really
Operations
quick,
Command.
Chips.
One of our...
Investigate Beacon. And I like the diversity in here.
Your scan has triggered enemy sensors. An ambush is coming your way. Long-range sensors have detected a wave of incoming enemy vessels. Your area is clear. Destroy the beacon.
There we go. Yeah, like these wave-based ones on normal, especially with like a FAW setup, like honestly, a fire at will setup would be better than CSV for this. So that is that one done. Let me out of here.
Scans are clear. The
Like Homeworld almost. Get me over there. 20 seconds till they reset. I got it.
This is Rear Admiral Felicia. Unidentified weapon systems are powering up in your area. It's an ambush. Heads up. Hostile units are closing in on your location.
Typhon is amazing for the BSC, yeah.
Threats in the system have been cleared. You may begin ship repairs.
But like, yeah, if you're trying to speedrun a bunch of these, like, I think I'd be curious to see how fast people could do it, but I think you could get up to your 30 DSCs, like on 10 characters, like, you know, doing 3 on each, I think within probably, like, an episode of a TV show. Because I know a lot of people that do, you know, like, dailies and stuff while they're watching YouTube, you know, Netflix, whatever. And I feel like with the right sort of build, you know, just speed running through like wave DSCs, you could get a bunch knocked out really fast. Like I did get my daily done good. I got credit for it. I got another wave based one right in front of me. The Darian can do it really quick. Oh yeah. Why are my loading screens so long? DX, are you playing on PC? Are you playing on PC? Because something you may want to do, and this is, you know, pro tip for all of you, you may not want to do it right this moment, but in your launcher, your Stow launcher, Scott, thank you for the casual membership. Greatly appreciate that. But go to options in your launcher and make sure that you have on-demand patching turned off. On-demand patching there, if that is turned on, then sometimes when you're loading into maps, it's going to download the assets. Whereas if you turn that off, it's going to do a big download. Oh, it is off for you? Okay. Well, for anyone that doesn't have that turned off, it'll be a big download when you turn it off and then hit save. But that's going to download everything for the game and just have it on your system, so that will reduce some load times. if you're having a slow load into like a fleet map or like a bridge, that's just because there's not many of those active right now. If you're loading into a map that doesn't have other instances active, then it can take a bit longer to load, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay, I need to do one more wave one to just get this daily done on this this account. Unfortunately, I cannot go right back into that one. What do I think of the sector buffs? I think they're good. A YouTube video? Why should I have to watch a YouTube video? Why can't you turn this into an article like a normal person? Oh no. That, dude, I was reading through the Reddit stuff earlier. I like the one complaint about that they summarized the video. Howdy folks, it's not meta. Roll member list. You can tell that I have like the meta focus has just triggered some people so much.
This is Rear Admiral Felicia Harris.
It's they just don't get it's the point of doing that is to be like, is this worth your money? You know, we're not talking about free stuff in most cases. We're talking about things that cost money. People want to know if stuff is good and how it compares against the alternative options. But some people don't like that sort of stuff. Yeah, I try to be clear. You don't have to follow the meta, but it's, you know, understanding how effective or how bad, you know, new additions are. It's good to use resources properly. Yeah, I mean, there's just some maps just take forever to load. Brian, there's another one that I missed. Enjoyed the interview with the devs dude. Quick question: am I still planning a? Yeah, I do still want to do a video going over the bridge officers. I don't know if that's going to happen today though, because I don't know. I'm just feeling like I might have caught something. Just feeling a little bit tired. Might after the stream today, I might just relax. Might just relax. Maybe play through something that I've been wanting to take a look at. Maybe one of the older Resident Evil games. I've been wanting to go through some of those. So I think I'm just going to chill today after this stream. Yeah, it's just what sort of map are you trying to load into? I can also tell you that ESD is one of the heavier maps to load into because there's a lot of people there. I still have to play Minecraft, remember? Yeah. Well, like I don't think the niece is on there right now, but she I've just got in spectator right now. She wanted a pink 5-story house. I didn't give her, like, I didn't do like a full 5-story house for her, but she really wanted it to be next to some villagers, and I gave her a pink floor, and she's been doing some customization. She's had fun with it, but it's good to see her spending time in Minecraft over, you know, some of the other slop out there. Yeah, okay, so I got the stuff done on this. We're going back over to... Or I was on casual, duh. Is it really hot where I am? It is a little bit hotter. I mean, it cooled down a little bit today versus prior days, but it's still a little bit warm out, to be expected with it being summer. I want to do the support ones can take a while, but we'll do the oh, it just disappeared right in front of me. Barefoot, thank you for the 5, greatly appreciate it. Is that the closest to me? Is this support one? Oh, we just had a new one pop up. There we go. Sounds like Spencer would rather play Minecraft than Star Citizen. I don't really have... and of course that popped up just as I leave there, but we'll do a support one here. Warp core. Am I going to make a Minecraft meta channel now? No.
This is Brigadier General Antessa of the Klingon Defense.
This is the one where you gotta rescue all the life pods, defeat all the enemies nearby. I remember.
Excellent work.
Yeah, those that are speedrunning this stuff will end up just only doing waves. Like, I gotta fight other Klingons here. It's truly terrible.
Just 2 more groups of escape pods left to rescue.
Putting down descent. Wow. My main only just now has defeated 100 Klingon ships. That's a bit disappointing, I guess. Look, I'm aligned to the KDF side. I was trying to be loyal.
Your attention to destroying any remaining enemy vessels.
Yeah. Think of it as Fed stole Klingon ships. No one's fought Klingons more than Klingons, that's true.
Your assistance was vital today. All scans are clear.
Yeah, the support ones definitely take the longest. Yeah, I know. Just do waves quicker, yeah. How does doing 3 of these encounters plus the daily compare to doing regular personal endeavors? I mean, that's going to depend entirely on your time to fly around, you know? But I mean, the wave-based ones, I feel like you can get done in like a minute per. Like with a good build on normal difficulty. Again, right now, there's no incentive to do them on advanced or elite. You're currently not getting extra XP doing them on the higher difficulty, so just do them on normal and blitz through them. The longest part really is flying from one point to the other. So I got sidetracked looking at some stuff on my phone here. But you still want to do your dailies. Like your normal personal endeavors are still going to be getting you a good chunk of Endeavor XP. Hello from Hirogen Prime in the Delta Quadrant. My name is Carpena, a female Hirogen. Swifty, how's it going? If I could only have one, would I mean, both do different things and both are of like extremely good benefit. They both complement each other extremely well. Like that's not A fleet power is giving you a bunch of firing cycle haste. Fleet power scales up with aux power, gives you a ton of firing cycle haste, and that makes your weapons fire faster. Whereas the Credence console, that's got a proc on it to make your weapons, do some additional damage. And it's then giving you immunity to... It's basically making your weapons drain no power. So, like, fleet power is making your weapons fire faster, and then the dilithium transporter is coming in and making it so that your weapons drain no power. Like, they both... They complement each other extremely well. You have doubled your endeavor per day. Nice, nice. Yep, I got this to turn in, so I just got another chunk of endeavor XP there. For my normal endeavors here, I need to do plasma damage ground, defeat some Borg ships, destroy some dreadnoughts, so we'll do some TFOs, but let me get the plasma damage knocked out really quick here, so I'm gonna slap on the plasma piercing beam. I know I've got the new cool weapon there, but I'm gonna go get this done really quick. Just do a Jupiter station, shoot a couple Borg at the start, and I'll get that done. It's been a while since we had a drawing. No, chaps. I don't have any T6 coupons to give you. I am out of T6 coupons for PC. I've got some for console, and there's a giveaway that'll be ending today in the CasualSAB Discord, for a couple, but I'm out of PC coupons, because I've got one in reserve still for the event campaign recommendations video. Yeah. Made you dust off the old Protostar and put a simple build on it. Yeah, it does feel nice to have a reason to care about subspace again, or sector space. Give away 5 minutes alone in a dark room? Oh no. Support should have been exclusively non-combat. Yeah, I agree with that. And I also think wave and defense feel very similar. Got another wave-based patrol I can do on my way back to New Rom here. Does the new bundle ships have a Miranda by any chance? Asking for a friend. Not that I'm aware of. Yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit different today. Let's go a little bit off meta. Oh no. Don't let Reddit hear me utter those words, but I'm gonna slap the micro missile on. I'm gonna put it in an aft slot though. It doesn't do much damage, but it's about the immersion. Okay? The immersion, chat. How's it going with the Cavort? It's really a fun ship. Yeah, I'm out of T6 coupon codes. You have more... I mean, if you want to send me one for like a giveaway or a competition, Warp Core.
This is Brigadier General Antessa.
Yeah, as always, I appreciate that sort of stuff.
Scans have alerted enemy sensors. Prepare for an ambush. Long-range sensors have identified an incoming
No, I'm
enemy
not like in
squadron.
a rush for one. I'm just mentioning, for the purpose of like giveaways and stuff. I've pretty much burnt through all the codes that I had for the PC side, because I was sent 10 for each platform, and understandably, the PC ones went very quick. How many random DOF packs am I sitting on?
Area is clear. Destroy the
a
beacon.
lot. Gain more accolades too while I'm at it.
Scans are clear.
I have successfully e-begged for a T6 coupon. Oh no. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, I mean, so the max is 1250. So I'm just curious, like if I was to go crazy here, and I'm not saying I'm going to. So I need, wow, that's hard math to do, Spencer. If I was to go through and do the DSCs, like do 3 on each character with the daily wrapper, it would take me less than a month to get the Endeavor system completed now. From where I'm at right now. That's before factoring in like all the like normal daily endeavors, but if I wanted to go hard at this for a month, I could. If I wanted to build out every character on my account, I could get my endeavors done pretty quickly. I'm not going to go that far though. Not going to do that. That'd be too much work. Let's say, now what if I did just 10 characters doing 3 DSCs a day? That's 2750. No. Back it up one. Yeah, so 27.5k plus, actually I'm already factoring in the bonuses there, so 25,000 plus the 12,500 from the DSCs themselves, and then with the 1.1 multiplier there. I mean, that it wouldn't be that hard for me to be getting like 2.5 perk points a day with this. I don't know if I even want to go that far, but that would be that would probably be a bit more reasonable to some people, but I feel like that'd still be a bit too much time for me right now. Yeah, most of my remaining endeavors are ground anyway, so it's not like I really care about them. Getting the weapon damage ones done would be nice though still. Yeah, it's not like I really care too much about the endeavors that I don't have done. Like getting some of the cooldown reductions, just finished, sure, whatever, but I'm not even visible. I should be now. Considering how much of a chore it was, doubling the amount per day with little effort is somewhat fixing the problem they caused, or problem they created. Warp Core, I like being hidden. Being hidden is so much fun. I should be on hidden now. Yeah, they fixed the audio. What Lobby ship should you get? The Vengeance is a really good offering. Yeah, just remember that the Lobby ships are always cheaper to buy off the exchange, off other players though, versus, spending 720 Lobby yourself. I suppose it must be a novel experience for you. You probably don't hide very well in real life. Wow. Wow, Warpcore. Such toxicity. But let's do some TFOs here. I'm gonna get my first daily done here, which is destroy Borg ships. So let's see how bad infected goes. Public queue. Oh wait, hold on. Let's get this. I got a bridge invite. Warp Core, I appreciate you. It's not much, but I have some triple carcasses for you. Warp Core, I appreciate you. I will find an interesting giveaway to use that for. Yeah. I was gonna say I saw another box. No, that one, the other one's bound to account. The other one's bound to account. You and me. And then you kicked me off your bridge. Oh no. Oh no. No, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, that's funny though. Okay. First TFO we need to do is a Borg one for my top endeavor here. Destroy Borg ships. So infected the Conduit Elite. Public queue. That was a fast pop. I don't know what the floor is rated for. Terrible. I know I'm a fat American, but I've lost a lot of weight in the past year, Warp Core. Hopefully that's visible, like if you look at like a video where I had my camera on like a year ago, hopefully, you know, there's not as many chins. Terrible. Now we wait for this to load. I have a neck now. If Spencer ever got a hold of you with those catcher mitts, he'd hide the life out of you? Oh no. Sounds good, Sora.
The situation is grim. There's more.
Okay. I believe in everyone here, even the person typing in team chat that they're worthless or useless. Like, I believe in you. Nobody is worthless here. Everyone is going to contribute. I believe. As I proceed to hit my buffs in the wrong order. Whoa! We're gonna just ignore what I just did there. I believe I can fly. I believe in all of you. Except Cheops. Cheops I don't know if I can believe in. Yeah, server feeling a little bit rough right now. Okay. Let's see that parse. You love when you're queuing TFOs to test a build and you see Nibiru on the team? Oh no. Jay, there's been no confirmation on that. Okay, let's look here. CasualSAB, Agony at the start, doing some work. Rapid Fire, the experimental weapon, 133. Slightly above my Terrans in that one. The Bird of Prey Alpha and Beta did 200k. Damn. That's really good. I mean, look at those two. Those two combined in that run did over, like, right around 200k DPS. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, everything else looks normal there. Now let's see here. Mark to Chief, critical puncture. Yeah, they never fixed the executor disruptors, so those can still go off and do like full damage. Yeah, those are still pretty busted. Sora, you got a little bit of agony there. The Bird of Praise, the Cavort console seems to be doing very well for you, about 95k. Looks good. So, what was your uptime for your scatter volley? Your scatter volley uptime was a bit rough. Fall uptime was a little bit better, but your scatter volley was like not there most of the run. It looks like. Yeah, your scatter volley was just not present during most of the run, so that hurt you a little bit. The Cavort console is not locked, so you can use that on any ship you have. Yeah, so the Cavort console, I think most people are going to find is pretty much like a console they'll want to have slotted on most builds. Do the console Bird of Praise gain from the pet Inge bonuses? Let me hop on down to New ROM and see. I was chatting to them about this yesterday on the interview. There's quite a few buffs that the console Bird of Praise do not benefit from. Yeah, so let me check that here quick. Because like I know they don't benefit from like fleet power, they don't benefit from credence. So let's take a look here. I'm explicitly looking at I can't summon him in. Hold on. Let me get one of those consoles on my build. So here I've got a couple. Okay, I've got some plasma ones, so we'll just grab 2 of them. And then I'm going to go into a patrol really quick just to look. So, Jupiter Gauntlet.
The recent conflict at Jupiter Station brought up.
Okay, so I've got 2 of the Inge console slotted, and let's see if the Bird of Praise benefit from them. Okay, so it shows right there that they are getting, that buff. So I'm curious to see what this would look like on a full like carrier setup, but I'm gonna pin one of these so we can see the buffs that they have. But if I hit like fleet power, okay, they did get my fleet power. That actually worked for them. Good. Do they get my credence console? This time they did. Okay. I had another run the other day where they didn't, and in the parses they have not been getting it. But looking at this there, I mean they can benefit from that. At least that it shows that they are. But if I look here, like in my infected runs, I'm not seeing them, get the lithium lace weaponry like I would see on normal hangar pets. So, I mean, the buff showed up on them, but I don't see it in my parses. Like you can see the other Bird of Praise, the normal Bird of Praise in the hangar bay. Those did 36k in that run, and the only reason is because one of them apparently had really good quantum torpedo that did a lot, but also there's the lithium laced weaponry that did 8.8k on that one. The other one did not benefit from that and did not have a good torpit, so it in total did 9k. Yeah, it's weird. I don't see it. Let me pop open CLA, which can typically dive into some of the numbers a little bit more in depth here. I forgot CLA's been having some issues with my multi-monitor setup, but let's take a look. Refresh. Does the Cavort console activate the trait from the Hydra Strike Group Command Authority? Let me take a look. I have a lot of traits. I should have just typed in Strike Group. That would have been faster. Okay, so Strike Group is supposed to give a buff to, like, your pets and summons. Let's take a look here. No, I don't see it. Let me launch, like, one of my normal hanger pets. I don't think it's working with that trait. Yeah, because these bird of preys are like cruiser rank, so if that was working with Strike Group, that I feel like that buff should be stronger than Frigate, wouldn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's not working with that trait. Okay. Yeah, that would have been nice if that interaction would have worked. Yeah, good. I've not had good results playing with that specific console in the past. Yeah, I mean, those of you that play with the carrier and summons builds a bit more than I think what you're going to find is that the console from this ship is the best, the best summon in the game. Test the Garrett console haste buff. Do I have that on me? Yes, I do. So, does that show up as like a buff on the pets? Naz, when I have a pet out, do I see it benefiting from that? Is it an icon here? Coordinated engagement solution? Yes, okay. Yeah. Looks like it. Yeah, they have that buff listed. Yeah. I'm gonna put those bird of preys back on for the peak immersion. Affects allies in general, not just pets. Gotcha. Well, I'm gonna put the Garrett console on, leave it on for the next run, just to see how it goes. I'm going to also just resave the loadout. Also, I didn't look at that parse. What did my micro missiles do there? The micro missiles, they did 10k. So 10k DPS out of the micro missile array torpedo that I slotted onto an aft weapon slot. Again, that's 360 degrees, so doesn't matter where you slot that. So that's decent. What's the name of the Cavort console? Hunting pack escorts. And do up to 5 pets within 7.5 kilometers. That is 10% crit chance and severity. Okay. Let's go into a hive next. Let me just fix some stuff here on the build. Wish the severity was 25 instead. Yeah, I mentioned this raid in the interview yesterday. You know, we talked about there being demand for carrier stuff. I think, you know, carrier, like some carrier endeavors. I know that a lot of people are still far off from completing their endeavors, but that'd be pretty nice. Okay, we're going to do Hive Onslaught next. That is the current Universal Endeavor, I believe. So, if you want to just queue up for that. Yeah, we got lots of pretty good carrier stuff recently. I sure hope we have more good carrier stuff on the horizon. By the way, guys, the Zen sale is still up until the 15th. So if you're looking to stock up on Zen for the upcoming, you know, set of releases, then the next couple days is still a good time to do that. And of course, you know, I gotta say, Epic creator code CasualSAB. I don't want to see Endeavor rank 9,000. I think they have to be careful expanding the Endeavor system further, but I do think that putting in some beneficial buffs to enhance popular playstyles like carriers would be of benefit to them. Yeah, I was complaining about that, if you recall. Damn it. You got to be really on top of the Elios toggles when trying to stack up the Legendary Nebula trait. I just lost a couple there because I was, again, too slow to activate it. It's a bit of a pain.
Only fools do love victory where none can be had.
Damn it, I thought I'd toggle that fast enough. Apparently not. It's a really fast little ship too, so you can get, you know, over to the next target pretty damn fast. Why did I hit Agony there? Agony does so much against a single target, right? Okay, that died really fast. Good job, everyone. Let's look at the parse there. I want to see what the pets did. Again, the alpha really went off. The alpha 121, the beta 53. I mean, that's still like incredibly good. And you got to keep in mind that like I'm not on like a build that is set up to boost these sorts of summons and stuff, so that's really quite incredible. The quad disruptor cannons coming a bit behind the other weapons on the build. Not surprised. I really don't like the quad disruptors. I've just had a lot of people asking me to run them recently. Look at your parse. Praetora is issue. Were you M. Bilrian here? Oh, Taja? Okay. Cranum Time Bug. I think what was your CSV up time like? You didn't have CSV up for the entire second half of the run, it looks like. One blip near the end, so I'm guessing you had some misfires. Your science alt. Gotcha. Lion Swingman right there. Ionized anti-proton field. Had some fun with that one, I remember that. The Gorn Distress Beacon, it doesn't do too much, but it's there for the immersion. Near end of the first wave, gotcha. Compared to the Delkina, is the Cavort better or worse? The Delkina, I would still say they're both really good platforms. It really depends on what you're trying to do. I think the Delkina is still the better, like, it's hard. They're both really capable, really close. There's pros and cons to both of them. I'd say they're pretty close. It's going to depend on what type of build you're specifically trying to do. I know that's not the sort of answer, but that's sort of where we end up with a lot of comparisons in Stowe, is that there's so many different variables that go into these things that the Delkina may be better for you. The Cavort might be better for someone else. Like, it depends. Like, if you're doing like a pure energy weapon build, the Delkina is probably still going to have the edge because it's got the ability to run OSS 3. You know, you can run OSS 3, crank your power levels up even higher for a brief duration. Like, that's still an advantage for the Delkina. The Cavort doesn't have that. It's got the command secondary, and, you know, in most cases, you're probably not going to get too much out of the command secondary. Michael, yeah. Drop your character in chat and we can get you an invite. Character name at handle. The accessories off the Cavort are certainly better than the Delkinas. I will say that. The accessories off the Cavort are much better than the accessories off the Delkina. I still really like the Delkina as a platform. How would I rate the Cavort against other Klingon ships tier-wise? I'd say it's up there. Like, the Cavort, the legendary Nagvar, even though I'm not the biggest fan of it, like, there's a few good Klingon ships now, and this is, I'd say, probably the best of the options. That ain't going through. Not the D7s. I talked about this in the initial stats breakdown for the Cavort. You know, I did a comparison against most of the KDF ships, aside from the legendary Nagvar. Yeah. Do I think the Cavort is worthy of being a legendary ship? No. Legendary ships, so I see this quite often. Legendary ships do not mean better ships. There are plenty of legendary offerings that, you know, just to be frank, suck. There's plenty of legendary offerings we've gotten over the years that are weaker than normal Zenstore ships or even event ships that dropped around the same time. Legendary does not mean good. Legendary just means that it comes with the accessories, the skins from the prior versions of that ship. That's basically, legendary is just, it's sort of a clickbaity name to get people to think that it's better. But it's more of just it's a way for them to give another version of a ship that they already have multiple tier 6 versions of, but to do it in a way that there's still, you know, some value, because it's like a package deal, and it's more expensive. Yeah, legendary is just a repackage. Yeah, basically. General Spinobi, how's it going? Legendary Vesta is a rough one. Yeah, I can't justify buying that. Every time I've thought about it, it's just like, man, it's rough. Okay. Let's do something risky. I've just joined Random Elites. Now is your opportunity to take me into some lovely elite content. Yeah. Maybe I should rephrase it. If it was a legendary ship at that price point, I mean, if this was just in the store at $60, sure. Like, it wouldn't be for everyone, but I think there'd certainly, you know, compared to the alternative of this being a lockbox ship, I'd rather spend $60 to get it account wide versus the multiple hundreds it would cost to get it for a single character. Gusty, the Negvar can also do Surgical Strikes 3. What did we get? Gateway to Grethor?
The invasion of Kronos has begun.
I know some of you tried desperately to get me into like a Doomsday or something else, but that's not what we got. I thought there was a group in the middle. I forgot.
Herald reinforcements are inbound. Shipyard is secure. The starbase is secure.
Am I enjoying playing the Cavort? Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. I'm going to assist my fellow TBC over here on the other side.
The troop transports from the starbase are moving toward the
Prioritize the green ones, you guys know the deal. Can't close this one.
Those gateways are emitting intense levels of beta radiation. Close them.
Target's shields have failed.
Megalow's gone, man. Hope you've been doing well. It's been a while. This is where having the Lucario AoE heal console would be really nice. Jeez. Over and over. Like, it wants these to die. Like, I feel like I'm being trolled. I'm not... Okay, teammate got it good. It wants those things to die.
The troop transports from the starbase are moving toward the planet.
Okay, you got that one. Yeah, where's the next one gonna spawn in to screw us over? Right here. The game is trolling us, that's what's going on.
Are moving toward the planet.
And the interact canceled on me, but someone else got it. This is where you can tell you don't do randoms. Pros will sit in one spot and be able to close 2 or 3 radiation gates without moving. Dude, I don't do this, TFO. Like, I did this a bunch when it first came out, you know, like everyone else did back in the day, but I don't...
The troop transports from
I
the
just don't really
starbase
do this
are
one
moving
much.
toward
I
the
don't know what you
planet.
want from me, TFs. I do the Borg stuff. But that's what I do nowadays, is Borg TFOs. Spencer doesn't play the game, only ISC.
The troop transports from the starbase are moving toward the planet.
ISC and BSC now? Yeah.
The troop transports from the starbase are moving toward the planet.
And the market, yeah. Yeah, I almost had that back up just a smidge. There we go. Yeah,
The troop transports from the starbase are moving toward the planet.
I like the DSEs. Does this make you feel better, Chops? Me sitting still and being able to close all these portals, the radiation portals. Does it make you feel better?
The troop transports from the
I can't close that one.
are moving toward the planet.
Is there a recommended way to open the Delta Alliance packs? No.
The troop transports from
Peak
the
zoning.
starbase are moving toward the planet.
Yeah, I know. Cheops loves to talk smack. I know, I know.
The troop transports from the starbase.
Yeah, I think
are
the
moving
teammate
toward the
got that
planet.
before I could. Not that it matters. We're done with this phase.
A Herald Dreadnought.
Look. I don't know the meta for every single TFO. I don't play most of these that much. Like, I know what to do in this one to close the portals, protect the thing, and we gotta take out the enemy here, and probably do it before it has the ability to go through all of its little phases, but this is not content that I play personally on a regular basis. Like, it's dead right there off the first rip, but we gotta let it still do its teleports. Or did they fix that now? Okay, it used to be back in the day, you could tell how much I run this. Even if you killed it right off the bat, you'd have to wait for it to go through the other points. See, I play this a lot. There we go. There's a random TFO on Elite done. The casual player was exposed there. Not many fleet marks for that one, no. Disappointing amount, I know. Let's see here. What's another good one to do? I'll wait a few for that. What is something we haven't done in a while that's not, like, painful? Oh, Crystalline Elite. Let's do a Crystalline Elite. I haven't done one of those in, like, a couple weeks. Try Cobalt, yay or nay? Nay. Try Cobalts were, like, mega OP in the early years of the game, and then they got hit, and they're just not really worth it. There we go. Even getting 30 to 40 is a bit lacking, yeah. So I'm checking some messages here that I got. I don't have to worry about that one right now, thankfully. I mean, with the random system, they did beef up the rewards with the, the random boxes, so you're getting some crafting materials and all that, but the issue is that over time, without further expansion to the advanced consoles, like, there's, eventually the demand for that stuff, dried up. How many of each faction mark do I have stockpiled? Not that much. I almost always just go for fleet marks, and right now I've got like 200k, or I'm approaching 200k. Let me see. 175k right now. Like, I've got a few thousand for some of the other marks, but I typically just choose fleet marks. Yeah, for DPS. Yeah, DPS is Tholian Core and the Kinnemer Shield. Converting the Mark Steel, yeah. Mark 15 from Very Rare to Ultra to Gold. Getting the Mark 15 is the big thing for getting your gear upgraded. Beyond that, like, it's still an improvement, but I think I'd make sure everything else on your build's Mark 15 first. Yeah. Definitely, a lot of people do that. Just convert their excess marks over to dilithium. That's why some of mine, like Omega, tend to never have too much. Because, like, if I needed Omega marks, like, you know, it's pretty easy to go in, run a couple TFOs, even solo, to go in and get more, right? So... Yeah, just getting it up to Ultra Rare Epic is just going to unlock the additional modifiers on the weapon, so... I mean, that is a boost, but it's not... You know, it's not as substantial as just making sure it's at Mark 15. You know, over time, you know, ideally you want to have everything epicked out, you know, get everything up to gold epic quality, but just getting it up to Mark 15... Or making sure you have some Mark 15 gear, at least initially, just will make things easier for you. Gotcha. Yeah, if you're doing like a theme setup, then you can try it. We've gotten some tools to help the Torps move faster over the years, but the Tricobalts, everything I remember about them is still pretty rough. Honestly, with the micro missile, like, using that to trigger some of the Torp effects, like the Torp cooldown, might help there a bit. Now we're on a very slow load. Wish the Kintari missiles were beefed up. They're so behind the Lobi missiles they don't even scratch the paint. Oof. You were the only one that didn't have dilithium waste weaponry that run? Any tips for getting to level 20 fast? I mean, do you need it right now? Or, like, the way to do it, the way I've done it, is to wait for a double XP event. Like, that is the key. Like, you skip the tutorial, and, like, that'll help speed things up quite a bit. Like, yeah, patrols too. Like, if you have a secondary account, especially, that can, like, team up with the characters you're making, you know, just team up with them and then power level them through some elite patrols, that would do really well. Or yeah, I mean, if you have a jellyfish on them, yeah, that's a good point too. Jellyfish, if you have a ship with the wingman mechanic, the wingmen do really well at lower levels, so... Yeah. Yeah, I need to put more batteries on. Let's do another infected here. Let me make sure I've got this pet stuff on. You know, I'm gonna go... Do I have any disruptor ones of these? We're gonna go do a plasma setup here quick. I'm just gonna swap over to plasma just for the point of this run. Just to try this out. I'm gonna swap over to ultimate plasmas that I have right here. And that's just because the hanger pet boosting consoles I have are plasma ones. So I'm just gonna do this for the one run so we can get that data. I need to just clear up some inventory space so I can get my turret on. There we go. Okay, so I've got 2 of the Hangercraft console's on now, to try and boost up the pets a little bit more. It's been a while too. I want to just for testing, I want to put the Plasma Incendiary on just to see how that's doing nowadays. And I'm going to put Complex on. This is just entirely for me to get some testing done. Complex Plasma Fires, where are you? I'm blind. There you are. Okay. I'm going to save this loadout as Plasma Test. Okay, let's do an Infected. I want to see how the summons do with a few more buffs behind them. Infected the Conduit Elite public queue. How much Zen would it take to have 60 tunes? Well, you have to have lifetime to get that. Pundis, how's it going? You remember how the Grawl had really small Borg, or really big Borg pieces on it? It feels like the Borg stuff's a little bit small on this. We were looking at it earlier. The deflector feels incredibly small. Like, the engine looked fine. It's just like, I don't know, this might just be this ship. It just feels like one of the weaker showcases for the Borg stuff. The engine's fine. It's I don't know if that's right for the deflector, though. Map transfer failed? Oh no. Okay. Again, public queue for Infected. It popped. There we go. But Kabort, yeah. Did you see the I'm guessing you saw the interview? Did you see the end? I included a few like little blooper clips at the very end. Like in the very final seconds of the video. Oh, gotcha. Reddit's enjoying it. Have I stopped hating the Cavort already? No. I've been pretty positive about the Cavort. I think it's nice. But yeah, Darkrow, getting 60 characters, you have to have lifetime for that many. You kind of like that the Borg deflector fits in the mouth? Oh no.
The situation is grim. All attempts to hail this...
I do like the ship. Like, I really do like the ship visually. And the accessories are interesting. Gotcha. That's weird.
Scanning the nanite transporter.
No! Stop overflying it, Spencer. That was terrible start on my end there. That mispositioning. Well, Sora got in agony there.
The nanite probes prepare the transporters. Stop them.
Been a while since I've run Plasma. Feels good to have the dots though again. Okay, let's take a look at that parse here. I want to see what the pets did this time. Analysis. Yeah, 600k. Well, all my dual heavy cannons were those, so all 5 of them are grouped together. Not surprising. Dilithium Complex did fine. Plasma Incendiary did about expected. Beta and Alpha did much worse this time, actually. I wonder what went wrong for them in this run. Yeah, the pets did substantially worse in this one than the one before. Sora, I already know you want to see your parse. You had a really good spike there off the bat from getting the agony down. I wasn't a double agony, thankfully, but yeah, you had a nice agony burst at the start there. Your fire at will was good. Your scattered volley was up for the most part. Very slight down times there, but that was good. Yeah. Your CSV was up quite a bit more, which helped you. When do I think they'll ever give Romulans some love with a 5-3 or 5-2 with experimental weapons? I mean, the Romulans have multiple ships like that. There's the Kith, the Dalkina, Scimitar. Oh, with experimental weapons. Well, Scimitar doesn't have experimental, but it's at least got the hangar base still. Legendary Valdor, yeah, Legendary Valdor, Dalkina, the Kith. Yeah, Romulans already have some strong contenders in that field. As for Romulan love, Thomas said he wants to do a Romulan event ship next year. I think a better Dederidex would be really nice. A better Dederidex. I know we've got the legendary, but people do not like the legendary. A better Dederidex, I think, would be received very well, especially if there was like something on it that like leaned more in towards like the torp spam. Like when I think of the Dederidex, I'm thinking about those big heavy plasma torps, right? That's one of the first things I think of. Yeah. Just wish Romulans had Raider flanking to justify. Well, you still get, if you have Intel primary, you're still getting that flanking from that. So if you have Intel primary, you do get flanking through that. An Intel command Dederidex would be dope. I'd want command primary. Command primary, Intel secondary. They could try to experiment with some more singularity stuff, seeing as that was the Dediridex's thing in TNG. You want a double dip? Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not really... I find, personally, the primary intel, secondary command, to be a bit less valuable. I think command, when it's in a primary seat, like the actual command inspiration abilities are really good. Yeah, I mean, that's personal preference. Singularity cores are not everyone's thing. I personally... I like the singularity cores. I think the abilities are nice, and I think we have enough ways to counter the power issue, but I understand. I understand the concern. A post-Republic Dederidex that uses a warp core? Oof. Terrible. It's much harder to counteract as a new person. I mean, we're memeing about it a little bit, but Plasmonic Leech still, does help there to some extent. Aren't there ships with specialization primary on a lieutenant commander? Yeah, older ships, yeah. Okay. So that test was a bit weird. Let's do another Hive Onslaught Elite public queue. This is also the Universal Endeavor, so you know, come in, benefit from that if you haven't done that already. I realized I don't have to have Minecraft open anymore. The niece is not playing on the server right now. Yeah, the Cavort's a pretty big ship here too, compared to some of the other ones you're seeing here. Casual LARP? Oh no.
I am the collective.
I still have the plasma set up on, but that's fine for this. Okay, what do we have left alive? Is this sphere?
Your efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel, and I will claim another.
Shut down the pig people. Terrible. Let's see. Ooh, wow. The GOM 2 console, 254K on that one. The GOM 2 console, because it does its burst, its performance is going to be dependent on where it goes off. And I got lucky with it going off next to a bunch of enemies. So that really popped off on that run. Agony did fine. Dilithium did fine. Look at Bird of Prey Alpha and Beta. Oh, did some stuff show up on them that shouldn't have? There seems to be some oddities with some things being tagged under the pets. I don't imagine it actually had the anti-proton retort. If it did, that would be interesting if it's getting the benefits from my shield. But still, I mean, looking at the parse here, that's 100k from the Bird of Prey Alpha, another 100k from the beta. Like that's just such a crazy good console. Welcome to the watch list. Universal Console Evolve. Oh no. You're sick and the talk to the I gotcha. Nearly 600k. Let's look here. Full broadside, 98k. That Corolla console does so good. Broadside beam support doing well too. Yeah, you had some good numbers there. Drone ramming attack, the built-in ability on the Section 31 Command Heavy Battlecruiser. Yeah, I can do that. Yep. Let's get back here. Where's the button? I'll just drop it in general chat in the CasualSAB Discord. So let me get that live. Combat logs. There you go. It's dropped in general chat in the CasualSAB Discord. I just looked at the time. I need to be wrapping this up in the next 10 to 15 minutes. So let's do like 1 or 2 more TFOs. I'll put the disruptor loadout back on. Or actually, no, I'll stick with the plasma setup for now just because it's boosting the pets a little bit. And I want to see if I get more out of them. What do we want to do next here? Yeah, the GOM2 console does really well. Put it into a science slot. That's gotten the best results for me. Yeah. Let's do 1 more TFO here. I'm going to ignore a logical suggestion. Let's do a Kinnemer Vortex Elite public queue. We'll wrap up the stream with this one. But yeah, the Cavort, it's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting ship, like I talked about the other day in the day 1 like summary. The experimental weapon took quite a bit of a hit for me from losing the ability to benefit from firing cycle haste, but it was never meant to benefit from that, so can't really complain too terribly much there. And they addressed it very quickly after learning about it, so like they addressed it immediately, basically like next day or day after they had the patch out. I'm just checking some stuff in another window here. Days of Doom? No, I don't want to do Days of Doom. Got logical, you're in here in a jellyfish. I'm not ignoring you. You're still in here. Oof. 1 last cure found, sure. Not mean to hit that so early, but so be it. Oh. Oh boy.
4 probes are headed for the time vortex. Stop them.
I need to circle down a little bit, getting a little bit of lag on this one. Yeah, Kimmer's got like some major issues on the back end. There's something just fundamentally wrong with this map right now. Okay, I'm gonna... Yeah, I think Daniel over here will appreciate the assistance. Look at the delay for the stuff to spawn in above the transformer even. Yeah, I don't know how much you guys can see that graph at the bottom right. That is very, very rough. Good to see Stowe running really well as normal, yeah. BRB after t-shirt. Yeah, pets normally should be getting the benefit of dilithium. Yeah, it's supposed to benefit up to like 10 or 12 pets within a certain radius. I don't remember the radius, but yeah. Eddie, how's it going? Pressing console several times here. Yeah, the servers are fair rough. This is just incredibly laggy. Yeah, Kittimer, every time we've tried it recently, it just seems to get worse and worse. But yeah, the pets are supposed to benefit from that, so...
Scimitar has been destroyed, but
10 kilometer ally buff to self and up to 12 allies within 10 kilometers for 20 seconds. Yeah, you're supposed to get that benefit.
perhaps
That's why it is a little bit disappointing to not see the bird of praise, at least on the parser. It's not being flagged that they're getting them. And it looks like they might be getting, you know, like you saw, some flags of getting other things like potentially the shield. That's something that warrants a bit more testing for sure. Okay, there's a request to do a cure to wrap things up, so we'll do a cure found public queue, and then that'll be it for today's stream. Truly immersive temporal anomalies there. Gotcha. Then it might be a parser issue for why some of the stuff is showing up under them and not showing up. Next. Two pets. There's an alpha and a beta. Also, make sure you're not looking at the, I had the normal bird of prey pets on. You want to look for the ones that are specifically flagged alpha and beta. Oh, did that drawing finish? The giveaway drawings. Okay, nice. 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 I'll get those codes sent out here right after the shortly after the stream. For the console giveaways, so good, good. Hopefully everyone there is actually a console player. We've had a couple of those giveaways where people enter and they were actually on PC, and initially I was tempted to send them a code for PC, but it's like, nah, I need to, I can't go down that path. I gotta keep it. You signed up to enter for this platform, like, I've got the same amount of codes for each. I gotta be strict there. You gotta make sure you're entering for the right platform. But yeah, you want to look up. So I did have the Quadon Birds of Prey on, but the two that we're talking about here are the Alpha and Beta from the Hunting Pack. Yeah, so I did just have them out. Where'd they go? Oh, because I'm at the top of the map. Did they go above the map? Tragic. Yeah, okay, they got stuck on the other side. But yeah, there's the so they should have Alpha and Beta in the name. Yeah. It doesn't help that I sent a parse there that's got all the pets, but yeah, that's gonna be it for me today. I know Sora is really wanting the raid here on Twitch and YouTube, so you guys can go say hi to Sora. Sora was also wanting a redirect on YouTube, so let's get that going. I gotta pull up Sora's YouTube here. There we go. Yeah, they have surgical strikes. Yeah, they've got a ton of abilities. So while I'm getting this going, here's the full list of what they have. Okay. Raid is out on Twitch, YouTube. There we go. There we go. That's set up. Okay. Twitch is over, and YouTube, again, thank you all for tuning in. Next stream for sure will be next Saturday. I don't that there might be a random midweek stream, but I've got a lot going on this week, so I can't say anything with 100% certainty other than Saturday. So, yep. See you guys around. Stay tuned for some more casual content. Have a nice day.